ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. And in my recent videos, I wanted to make it known that outside of what Ripple is doing with XRP, there is a vast world left unexplored, and that is the XRP Ledger, right? This gets forgotten in the XRP community because, again, everyone is focused on the big use cases. They're focused on, well, what is Ripple doing with XRP? What are banks going to do with XRP? What is this? What's that? Like, there's so much speculation on what ifs, but what about what is happening right now on the XRP Ledger? Look at so many of these great applications being built out on the XRP Ledger. One thing that I've personally made aware is there's some great use cases being built here. One, Sologenic, right? We've talked about Sologenic in the past. I think that that is a great project. We'll talk about it in this video as well on why. But this is what I call a major network effect. You have some of these great applications being built out, and there's applications that are focused on institutional grade applications as well. Don't get it twisted. One of them, that I've also focused on is Propy Inc., right? Propy Inc. is a great one. That is, a project built out for real estate tokenization. That is a $300 trillion market by itself. So if you think about it, taking a step back and looking at the amount of network effects there could be going forward on in time for XRP, it is extremely vast, which I think is a great way to really kind of put a slight valuation on XRP, or at least try to, because it's almost impossible to do so. But when you combine what's happening from the retail sector and from all of these major areas of opportunity like the metaverse, e-commerce, DeFi, and then combine it with on-demand liquidity, as well as what Ripple's sourcing XRP for treasury use cases, SMEs, all of that, it is extremely large in terms of value creation as well as value movement. Now, with that, what we are about to see is Federated sidechains go fully live. And this is huge, right? Because we've talked about it in the past, but going all the way back to June of 2021, we've seen Ripple proposes adding Federated sidechains. And this cites demand from users for smart contract implementation. Now, if we go all the way over here real quick to the official post from Ripple themselves, this goes all the way back to June 7th of 2021. A vision for Federated sidechains on the XRP Ledger. Now, within this, it breaks down the full process of Federated sidechains. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because if we go over here, going back to January 30th, we did see we're actually going to do this. Security audit contract signed last week after the audit and potential improvements based on the results. There will be a sidechain with XRP as the native asset. And if we look here, personally, I would really like to see an XRP Ledger or an XRP Lab, Federated sidechain with XRP as the native asset and features like this, hooks, etc. And mainly this is that full-on proposal. So we have Yuri token, proposal for tokens on the XRP Ledger with native per token ledger object, simple developer flow, native schema support, object / use case specific sub schemes as well. So this is what they basically wanted for the XRP Labs, as well as a Federated sidechain with XRP as the native asset itself. And basically, we are going to see this. And this has been a long time coming, because even if we go all the way back to 2021, we've been waiting for things like this to be morphed out on the XRP Ledger. Obviously, it's going to take some time, and we're finally seeing it, come to fruition. But the best part about this is the fact that when you look at the overall breakdown and why this is extremely large for XRP and the XRP Ledger, well, first off, use case potential. When we look at the capabilities of the XRP Ledger, it has incredible capabilities. But the problem is that when you look at developers and you look at the development happening on the XRP Ledger, there isn't much focus on DeFi. And did you ever wonder why? Well, here we have it. So we do see, however, we at Ripple have long advocated against features that would compromise the XRP Ledger's highly efficient focus on payments. And mainly this is talking about DeFi, and the DeFi developers have grown over 110% since 2019, and that number is projected to grow well beyond 2021. But the thing is that they don't want to compromise the overall viewpoint, the focus on payments, if you will. But if we do see down here, today we are proposing a strategy that enables the best of both worlds. Federated sidechains for the XRP Ledger. This will enable developers to implement new features such as native smart contracts that interoperate seamlessly with XRP and the XRP Ledger, while also allowing the XRP Ledger to maintain its existing lean and efficient feature set. So this is incredible, especially for particular use cases centered around, it could be DeFi, tokenization, and so much more. So this is great. And here's how it will work for those out there that need a little bit of an update on this. I don't know if anyone really knows about this. I know that there's been a lot of XRP community members that have talked about federated sidechains, and if you were around during 2021, this was a huge talking subject. But there's a lot of new people to the channel as well as crypto, so here you have the viewpoint on how this actually works. Now, if we look at this, we do see federated sidechains could use XRP as their primary asset. In that case, people could use the federation system to move XRP from the XRP ledger to the sidechain. Then the moved XRP could be used on the sidechain just as it could be on the main chain. Anyone could move XRP from either chain to the other. And this is incredible for XRP adoption as well as utility. Again, I think that these sidechains are going to be very large because these sidechains also act as its own blockchain outside of the XRP ledger. So think about the network effect that this will cause. And also, as we look at the advantages here, the main one that I wanted to focus on was horizontal scaling. This is big, right? As we look at scaling and when we look at even use cases as well, like even DeFi and stuff like that, this is going to open the door for them to build and launch these huge use cases. And what we really want to see from them is scalability, low risk, low effort, things like that. And that's what this is all centered on. If we do see here, the immediate advantages of federated sidechains for developers include horizontal scaling. Sidechains can have their own fee system, their own reserve system, and their own transaction capacity. Someone who wants to create a system with thousands of users that can hold XRP is a better option than being the custodian or putting all the accounts on the XRP ledger directly. Low risk, the XRP ledger doesn't need to change at all. Even the changes that would be helpful are quite minimal. Low effort, anyone who needs or wants to experiment with the blockchain can get started with a complete system ready out of the box based on powerful, stable, and also sustainable XRP ledger technology. And then also long roadmap. New features can be added over a long period of time based on feedback on what people find interesting. This would be a continuous stream of new features and capabilities. So think about how much more is going to come to the XRP ledger. Like, I am extremely excited. And this goes all the way back to 2021. There's been so much development. There's been so much building happening. And just recently, on March 30th, we seen this update. XRP Ledger sidechains go live on new Devnet details. So now we are getting closer and closer to the full launch of this. And we do see down here, can we get a witness server? The new XRP Ledger sidechains Devnet is now available for testing and development. Again, one step closer, and these are going to be new use cases. I mean, the potential here is so vast, and I'm so excited for this because, again, I think that we kind of get lost in the idea of the what ifs, but this is going to be extremely large, especially for the ecosystem. It's going to have so much growth. I really do think that this is going to be very large. And if you are an XRP holder, you want to see this. You want to see things like this because this is going to be very large for innovation as well as updates around the entire ecosystem. And by the way, just so all of you know, this was just announced after going back to October, where we did see the EVM sidechain for the XRP ledger on the DevNet in its first phase, bringing existing Solidity-based smart contracts written for EVM compatible chains to the XRP ledger. Meaning, guess what? We have interoperability between EVM and the XRP ledger, which is again an incredible amount of opportunity for adoption of XRP through the EVM chain as well as vice versa. So again, more and more adoption, more and more potential for use cases and things like that. Very, very exciting. And we've been waiting so long. This is finally happening. We're getting closer and closer for these federated, or I should say the XRP ledger sidechains to go fully live. This is very exciting. Now, also, what is so exciting about it? Well, it moves us a step closer towards more tokenization use cases being built out on the XRP Ledger that can handle scalable and I shouldn't even say scalable, but use cases that demand scalability much larger than what we typically see on the XRP Ledger. For example, here's from KPMG. They're actually talking about tokenization, and they're talking about tokenization of a few areas. So real estate, precious metals, contracts and certificates, bonds and equity, but also they're talking about tokenizing, debt investment vehicles or the debt instrument itself, debt portfolios and things like that. Like this is a big deal. And I've always mentioned the idea of tokenization being much larger than what anyone can anticipate. And I think that we have a little bit of a breakdown of just how big this is. First off, we do see over here from Digital Asset Investor, he posted this video of Tom Emmer, and we do see crypto is the answer to the $32 trillion in US debt. Listen closely to this real quick.
We got $32 trillion in debt in this country. We've got to figure out how to balance our budget. And then guess what? You want crypto and everything associated with it to grow here, to innovate and grow here, because that will grow the economic pie for everyone. Republicans, Democrats, that's the only way. I'm going to tell you right now, my belief is that's the only way that you can deal with the $32 trillion in debt. The only other way would be to declare the country bankrupt and go into reorganization and tell people that they're going to take haircuts for debts and we're going to pay this back and we're going to prioritize that. This is a company, the United States of America, that has not been managed well. Crypto is a big part of the answer, I believe, in how you grow it. But
And I 100% agree. I really do think that crypto can open the door for a lot of that debt to not only be tokenized, but also even get rid of a lot of that debt. Remember, Nostra Vostra accounts, big deal, $27 trillion. That could instantly be freed up. There's a lot of capital that's locked away that could be freed up through XRP as well. I mean, the vast potential here is extremely large, but tokenizing debt is a big deal. I've focused on it for so long on this channel. And even Citi recently talked about tokenization as a killer use case. And it leads me back to the overall vision of these, side chains. It opens the door for a major opportunity to be really taken a hold of through tokenization. And we do see here, the bank predicts the private equity market to become the most tokenized asset class because it is more liquid and can be fractionalized. We do see down here. So the firm is forecasting that the market is going to reach between $4 to $5 trillion by 2030. They also did mention the metaverse. I think that they said it was anywhere between like $8 to $13 trillion. There's a lot of opportunity here. That would mark an 80-fold increase from the current value of real-world assets locked on blockchains. We forecast $4 to $5 trillion of tokenized digital securities and $1 trillion of DLT-based trade finance volumes by 2030. Can you guys hear XDC screaming from the background? But we do see down here, of the up to $5 trillion tokenized, the bank estimates $1.9 trillion will come in the form of debt, $1.5 trillion from real estate, $0.7 trillion from private equity and venture capital, and between $0.5 to $1 trillion from securities. And by the way, just so that you guys know, this is a fraction of what these actual markets are worth. Look at this, non-financial corporate and quasi-sovereign debt, $187 trillion. Also, real estate funds, $20 trillion. Private equity and venture capital, $7 trillion. Securities financing and collateral, $42 trillion. $12 trillion for trade finance as well. I want you all to understand how large of an opportunity there is for tokenization as a service, but also, guess what? There's already use cases centered on tokenization as a service building out on the XRP Ledger, and also even the XRP Ledger itself is created for tokenization as a service. Here we have, going back to November 17th, tokenizing real-world assets is proving to be tremendously valuable to the number of industries because of the inherent transparency and programmability of blockchain technology. Remember this from Ripple Swell. Listen closely.
The real estate industry is obviously one of the most obvious spaces or industries to bring onto chain. We felt that we could use tokens to exchange value and build a better level of trust in these relationships.
From the perspective of recruiting high-value talent for something like building a gigafactory in Nevada, being able to target and cryptographically prove that someone, for example, took a specific class, got specific grade, participated in a specific club. These have tremendous economic value.
And again, all of this is being empowered by blockchain technology like the XRP Ledger. I think that the XRP Ledger is perfectly suited to be the source for use cases, and even itself, right? You could source the power and the potential of the XRP Ledger to build out solid fundamental use cases and solutions to a lot of these, huge problems that are right now running rampant around asset classes like real estate, like debt. I mean, it is a very vast opportunity. And with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.